Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing wonderfully well. Today we're going to do the last of the Ukraine-Russia based requests that I have that's actually achievable. The request comes from a viewer asking to see if Ukraine are firing M142 HIMARS rockets into Russia at Russian targets, which of the existing Russian SHORAD, so short-range defense systems, can cope with those HIMARS rockets and glide bombs? Well, today we're going to find out. Helping me, I have Current Hill, CH. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Let's look at the systems that we're going to be looking at today. First, from the 1960s, Shilka. It's a radar-ranged, four-barreled anti-aircraft tracked vehicle. Is it going to be able to take down HIMARS rockets? Absolutely no idea. Next, from the 1970s, SA-8 OSA, wheeled amphibious vehicle with 6 radar-guided missiles. Will that be able to take down HIMARS missiles? Jumping to the 1980s, SA-19 Tunguska, one of my favourite of all time, a really interesting piece of kit. The Tunguska has 2 weapons, radar-range guns, 2 high-caliber autocannons, and 8 missiles. The missiles are not radar guided, they are SACLOS guided, semi-automatic command, line of sight. So the missiles almost certainly will not be able to intercept HIMARS, but what about the guns? There's a good chance they will be able to. On to the SA-15 TOR. Well, why is that 1990s when it's a lower NATO designation, SA-15? Well, we actually get a modernised version in DCS. Just about all of these units have modernised versions and modernised versions and modernised versions. Russia's very strange how they do things. They create the original, they create a modernised one, and then a modernised one, and then a modernised 2, and so on. The TOR we have in DCS is actually an M1, a modernised 1 version from the 1990s. It's actually a pretty dang fine piece of kit. It carries vertical launched missiles in a small VLS cell. They are radar guided and they are specifically designed for shooting down missiles. There's a gap of 20 years and then we're into the 2010s. Pantsir, all of them are in NATO designation SA-22. There are 4 variants, S1, S2, what's the third one, CH?
The fourth one, which we don't have, you mean?
Yeah.
S1M.
S1M. Do you see what I mean, viewers? It's really hard. They're all Pantsir, but there's S1, S2, SM, and S1M. We've got these 3 here. So from in the 2012, I think it was, we've got the first variant, SA-1. It's got radar-guided missiles, and it's got the similar or same radar-guided guns as the SA-19. Then we've got the S2 with a more powerful radar and better missiles from what I remember. Then we've got the SM on a larger vehicle. I don't know actually how much better this is. Is it just the vehicle that's changed with the SM, or have the missiles and the radar changed? Do you know, CH?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a much longer range radar and much longer range missiles.
That's that, and then we don't have the 4th one. The scenario is going to be real simple, viewers. We've got the HIMARS that Ukraine are using to fire into Russian positions at the moment, or Russian occupied positions, I should say. There are 2 variants. There is the GMLRS, a solid rocket variant that it fires, guided, obviously. Don't use the unguided anymore. And there's a really interesting variant called GLSDB, ground launched small diameter bomb. It fires a guided glide bomb. So that's going to be interesting as well. We are going to fire them in turn at a target. And the target is going to be, weirdly, the Grim Reaper's HQ, which is this house here. And that's what we're going to be defending. I'm going to start setting the first one up, which is the Shilka from the 1960s. Any talking points? What about the terminal velocities of the different types of round from the HIMARS?
Yeah, they are pretty high when it comes to the actual, the GMLRS, for example. It can reach, depending on the range, but up to Mach 2. But of course, with a longer range, it will actually go down a bit. And the GLSDB is, of course, it is a glide bomb, it will actually lose speed quicker, but it will go further.
And the slower the round, probably the easier it's going to be to intercept. So that should be maybe something we'll see. We'll start off with the GMLRS. In each case, to make it as scientific as we can, we'll have a platoon of 4 units in roughly this configuration. 1 behind, because sometimes they prefer being behind, sometimes they prefer being in the front, and sometimes they prefer being off the side. Right, let's fire GMLRS at 4 Shilkas. My prediction is there is no way in hell it's going to be intercepted with a 1960s radar-ranged thingy. Would you agree, CH? I don't know why you wouldn't.
I definitely agree. That would be impressive.
It would be impressive. Maybe they'll hit it by blind luck.
Yeah. Everything could happen. It has a very big dispersion. But I don't think it will have time to actually react.
Oh, it's found them! It's found them, CH!
Yeah, that's actually impressive, and it pretty good. Yeah.
Wow, wait! It didn't shoot them, but it knew they were coming.
Yeah, he was starting to hand crank the turret.
Yeah, right. Literally. Okay, that's not going to work. But I mean, they're coming so fast. Mark II. Maybe with the glide bomb, it's going to be able to see them in time. We're going to see. Right, anyway, that hasn't worked. Same defenders, but this time with the glide bomb variant, which is really interesting, viewers. You're going to love this if you haven't seen it. Stand by. Look, it's a glide bomb. Pause. It's a small diameter bomb, which you probably know about already, with a rocket motor, literally bolted to the back. How cool is that? This is a real thing that's being fired at the moment, viewers, in real life. Now, because it's gliding and it's relatively draggy, it will go a lot slower. Is it subsonic or is it supersonic on its glide? Do you know?
Yeah. Since with the M142 rocket motor, it actually achieves, as you can see, pretty high speed. So it takes a while to get subsonic again, depending on the range, of course.
Yeah, it's going almost straight down here, so it's keeping a massive velocity. Right, I'm going to just go and check out the Shilka. It's coming a much different angle this time.
That's also interesting to see if they can match that angle with the shooting. Right, even if they have time to react.
Can they even deflect enough? Yep, okay, their little radar doodles are out and they're looking. But I get the feeling they're not going to shoot. GRHQ about to be gassed. No chance. Wow, they really came in, like 50-degree angle. All right, viewers, we didn't think they were going to work, but we just did it because we want to be thorough. Next, we're moving on to the OSAs. Right, predictions. Do you think a 1970s Russian SHORAD is going to be able to intercept GMLRS?
I think it's also always, again, with the radar and the time it takes to acquire the targets. That's something that actually been better and better with the years. So I think the reaction time is one of the problems. And also with the old, I think these are RF guided.
Yep, that's a good point about that reaction time. And if you actually went into one of these old 1970s vehicles, it's going to be so analog inside there that I bet that it's not like a modern computer where it just, automatically locking on. It's going to be a guy trying to manipulate an old computer. It takes lots of time. And this thing's coming in at Mark II or whatever. He's not going to have enough time, probably, to do the thing.
They put a guy with a binoculars outside also.
Pretty much. I mean, they really are. There's a really good program called SAM Simulator. Have you ever tried it, CH?
Yep.
And that shows you how antiquated and bad these systems are. They're not like you probably think they are, viewers. They are incredibly hand-operated and require a huge amount of operator skill, which is why it's so difficult and requires such a good crew just to lock onto a helicopter, let alone a Mark II plus missile. Anyway, let's see. The radars are up and going. They're busy squirming around with their little hand-cranked wheels, viewers, trying to... That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. GRHQ down. Thanks a lot, guys. Jesus Christ. Okay.
He couldn't care less.
No interest at all. Busy reading his old Russian 1970s user manual. CH. Right. We're pretty sure the writing's on the wall for SA-8 viewers, but let's quickly just throw a glide bomb just in case. Let's be thorough.
You're going to have to repaint your mansion again.
Yeah. We're going to blow our mansion up a lot today, but that's okay. We kind of deserve it.
Yeah. Exactly. Enough money to buy new ones.
Here we go. Absolutely zero interest in it, viewers. That mansion's going to take a licking today. Right, we're going to move into the 1980s with my favourite SA-19, and what a beast of a weapon it was. It was designed for taking out originally low, relatively slow-flying units like A-10s in the European battlefield, like a attack helicopters. But it can shoot missiles. I've seen it happen before. Right,
Yeah,
Gimlers first.
yeah, we are going into semi-modern territory now. I mean, the missile it fires, the 9M311, is not that far from the Pantsir S1.
Come on, come on, come on. Let's see something.
Yeah, exactly. Put your arms up.
Oh, there it is. No, look at that. I did not expect that. I think it's because the speed, CH.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones I've seen him intercept have all been subsonic.
He does some sort of calculation of his possibilities and then just gives up. Isn't that what his target computer is saying? It's actually calculating different trajectories or solutions. And you probably get a zero answer.
Yeah, div by zero and the whole thing just blows up.
Yeah, keep away from the mansion is the better idea.
Keep away from the mansion, that's right, viewers. It's always a good idea if you watch Grim Reaper's videos to keep away from the mansion. Now this is, annoyingly, because we've got it quite close, it's still going really fast. But you know what, let's roll with it.
Yeah, that's actually interesting. If it was more on the outer part of its launch parameters, what would happen?
How far can it fire? Maybe we'll go and have it, move it back.
To 80 nautical miles on this one.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not going to work this time. All right, I'm going to go move it back, viewers. I'm going to move that SDB back and see if we get any interception when they're moving at a more reasonable speed. Right, here we go, viewers. Firing the SDB at a much more realistic range. So it's slowing down.
Yeah, you can see the speed. Yeah, Mach 2. Yeah, below Mach 2. Yeah.
Right, so we should have done that from the beginning, viewers, but we are rather silly, so...
Eventually we'll learn.
Well, I'm going to have fast.
I think it's 15 kilometers range on the missiles on the Tunguska.
Roger. Well, we're about double that at the moment. Okay, they are now officially subsonic, CH. They're subsonic.
Yeah.
Just like they would be in real life. So,
yeah.
I'm just going to see what these little Chumbawambas can see. Come on, turn. I beg thou, turn.
Show a sign of life. You can always reach out and grab one of them now.
Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? We're right by him.
They just don't care about you and your mansion. That's the issue here.
That's weird, isn't it? That just came by. I can drive faster than that. Well, viewers, I'm as surprised as you are. But 1980s Tunguska had no interest, even at a 500 knot variant. Well, we gave them all the chance we could, viewers. We set them to, to do the thing. Yeah. All right, fine. Let's move on.
If you ever need to protect your mansion at home, don't buy a Tunguska.
Well, which is a shame, because like I said, they look friggin' like robotic death, but as it turns out, not so good against HIMARS. Right, viewers, now something that definitely will do the job is a tour. This is almost designed to do this kind of work. It's to defend big SAM, well, it's all sorts of jobs it was for, but it is partially to defend big SAM sites from anti-SAM site missiles. So it's kind of in the job description for this one. Lovely animations we've got there.
Yep. I think we're talking about like 6 or 7 nautical miles range for the RM331.
Now we won't see any fancy arm action. Oh, it moved! It moved! Yeah. Here we go, viewers. I'm so excited, I can't stop jiggling. Right, you see this little pause. VLS, viewers. You see, vertical launch system, 8-cell, little hatches opened, and go. I wonder why these are VLS. I've never actually thought to answer the question. Oh my goodness! Pause. Did you see that? Simultaneous. That's hardly efficient, but you know what? It'll definitely kill it. Bang.
Yeah.
Right, Viewingtons. Right, are any going to... Ooh, we have leakage. Okay. We have leakage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got through. Look at that. That's a real thing, viewers. There's just inefficiencies. See, the first one was what we call a perfect shot. It fired absolutely perfect at the perfect distance, and it had a really good PK, probability of kill. By the time it was queued up for the next one, the radar had to reacquire and stuff like that. It was a little bit too close, and the PK probability of kill went down, and we got leakage. And this happens in all kinds of... yes, CH.
Yeah, I think the M1 has a max simultaneous target of 2. So they can only fire at 2 targets, and then they have to reacquire, and it takes a lot of time. So that's the first 2 is what they will hit. So you have to choose different targets for it to be efficient.
Roger. So we're at the point now, viewers, where we are intercepting, and you can see them just getting confused after that. They just can't reacquire in time, and they're just, So we're at the point now where we're intercepting the first 2 viewers, but a salvo would get through. So it would now depend on where the HIMARS was fired just a single rocket. I don't really know how HIMARS is employed, but if a single rocket, or maybe two, they would get intercepted. But if they were firing more than two, then they would get through on a target. So the science is starting to come in now. Now, because they've run out of ammo, I need to go and just mess around quickly with... Right.
That's one of the stuff they changed, I think, for the M2. I think it's at least 4 simultaneous targets.
Right, as it intercepted GMLRS, I have no doubt at all it's going to intercept glide bomb, but can it intercept all of them? Because they're going slower, it means they get more time. And this is all about the theory of, not hypersonic, but supersonic anti-ship weapons, viewers. You launch a salvo of supersonic, I mean, this is old school tech, kind of supersonic stuff, like 1980s tech, supersonic anti-ship missiles. But if you fire enough of them, because of the quickness that they come, the American radars wouldn't have had chance to reacquire before the next one comes in. And that was the ethos of attacking an aircraft carrier back in the 80s and 90s. But things have moved on a bit. We've got stealth missiles and stuff now. Right.
Yeah, it's now all about how they actually divide the targets between them.
Right.
That's... Yeah.
You know what, and that's a very good point, because I've actually put these as separate units, so they're not linked. Oh God, there's so much to this, CH. Right?
That's not very fair.
Yeah, it's not very fair. A great point, just by pointing it out by CH there. I put these as separate units. In real life, they would actually be linked, so that they could talk to each other and divvy up targets. So no, that's great. That's a learning thing, viewers. So let's go and get that done. And we'll redo the GMLRS as well real quick. Right, viewers, again, this time with a linked set. Now, only some of the units, only modern enough units can deal with this linkage. If these aren't modern enough, it won't help at all. The modelling game is actually pretty good. I mean, it's never going to be as good as real life, obviously, but it's pretty decent, pretty smart. So, how are they going to fire? What you'll see is they probably won't fire all 4 at once now. You see? Look, just one. Efficient, I always use the word target deconfliction. It's not target deconfliction, it's target optimization, for lack of an even better word. But you're going to see much more intelligent firing. Oh, he missed. Oh, it could be worse. No.
Yeah, that's the chance they actually take.
Right.
When we don't go all in.
So, like CH said, depending on your PK, your probability of kill, sometimes it is actually best just to fire everything. Who knows? It might get through now.
I think with these systems, I think it was somewhere around 0.6, 0.7, and they always fire 2.
It's got through. So the first 3, I think, were taken out, and then they got through. So they tried their best.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So I guess we call that partial interception.
Yeah.
Exactly. So slightly better, viewers. Slightly better than when they weren't linked.
Yeah.
Oh no, only one got through, CH. Only one got through.
Yeah.
So that's 5 out of 6. Was there six missiles? 6 missiles, isn't there? So
yeah, exactly.
5 out of 6 missiles were destroyed, viewers. Only 1 made it through when we linked.
That's pretty okay, actually, for such. Yeah.
That
but it still gave you a headache in the mansion.
I wouldn't be hugely happy if my men had only defended the 6 missiles. Right. Yeah. Now we're going to do the glide bomb, and I expect to see superior action because there'll be less leakage, because there will be less speed, more time to acquire.
And that's the issue with these SHORADs with a very, very short range, because the time it takes to reacquire needs to be in relation to the max range. Need to be better to actually have time to reacquire.
And the search radars aren't very long either. In fact, I can see the search radar here. It's this outer ring. The search radar, the max distance you can even see something, is only 13 miles away, look, viewers. Now, if that was 100 miles away, they could plan and plot and plan. But because they can only see this far, because the radar just isn't that powerful, they're like, oh, we've only got a few seconds. So, yeah.
Oh, there you see. Yeah.
Here we go. Right, viewers. It's best if we just watch here, because we get better data. One down.
They are actually living on the edge here.
They are, aren't they?
Just firing one.
They did that on purpose. I don't know why. Probably PK. I reckon if I was a programmer, and this is probably true to real life, the closer this guy gets within, as long as he's not within R and in, the higher your PK is going to be. So where do we meet that? Where's that perfect PK to fire? So they've had the time. They've assessed the threat. They've said, we can wait for 100% PK. I think that's what's going on here. And we're going to see 100% usage and no inefficiencies. In fact, that is literally what we're seeing here.
Yeah, and if they see one miss, then we'll start mashing the button.
Yeah, right. And then punch the button. They have. Look, they've screwed up. They screwed the
Like
pooch.
now. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's,
Wow,
as soon as it gets
what
too
a
close.
screw up. What
Yeah.
a screw up,
Yeah.
viewers. There is an error, and it happens at DCS a lot, probably on purpose. How much would that happen in real life? Now, that's what I would love to know. One got through, 5 out of 6. You failed, Tor. Tor worst, or... Look at that, it's an ugly vehicle as well, viewers. Not beautiful like Tunguska.
Yeah, they're
Right.
pretty happy with the statistics. The owner of the house isn't as happy
Not really.
with statistics.
Well, it's the insurance company, CH.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Right, we're stepping up into the 2010s, viewers. There was a big gap at this point, for reasons I don't know, fall of the Soviet Union, ? And we go to SA-22, and we're starting with Pantsir S1. What's the range on these? About 7 or 8 miles?
16 nautical miles for the S2, and
yes.
it should be a little better, a little worse for the other one. 11, I think. 11.
That's such a
What
great
if it's
range. Oh,
70,
look at that. Look at that. I'll try and tag it when they fire. Whoa!
Yeah. And they have a lot, I think it's 36 kilometers, what's that, nautical miles, but search radar also, so they have much more time. And they have also quicker reaction time on top of that.
Absolutely, computing power has gone up almost, literally exponentially. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, because this is, as we said, like 2008, 2010, or 12, or something like that. It's much more modern.
Yep, okay, they're firing at 9 miles, much superior to anything we've seen so far. And go, one's out. Again, we best watch from the map view, viewers. It's where the best information... I missed one. Look at that.
Yeah, that's still an issue, yeah.
Oh no, it picked
Very
it up
fast.
just at the last minute. Picked it up just up at the last minute, yeah. Yeah, right. It's a dangerous thing, defending. Point defense is a dangerous game, CH. I'm not sure I've got the nerves for it.
Yeah.
How late do you leave
they aren't super accurate, these missiles. As I mentioned before, also, they have a very short boost time. And then they can't steer very well. So you have to hit them.
Why can't they steer very well then? Because they've got the booster, is this thing, just on the back. Lovely graphics, CH. Nice.
Yeah,
and then this bit, is this bit unpowered, the dart?
Yeah. So yeah, it's more of a dart, it's just firing, yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay. Oh, look, we've caught them in the same frame, CH. Look at that. Yeah. Bearing in mind the speed, each of these is going like, times speed of sound. That's pretty impressive. All right, viewers, we got leakage, and I must admit, I didn't think... Oh, the guns!
Oh,
the guns.
Let's see.
Right, you know what I can do? I can do a thing, viewers. Watch this. Slow motion. Oh! Wewingtons, another missile goes out. Woohoo! I didn't think Pantsir was going to be beaten today. Bearing in mind, we're only firing 6 missiles at it. Oh, jeez. 5 out of 6. I'm gutted.
Yeah.
I'm gutted. Right.
The leakage, always something getting through. And as we know, the guns are very hard to intercept something going at that speed.
It is, yeah. Okay, right, let's try with the SBDB, yo. There's transformer number 1. Smash it! Oh, alrighty then.
So the Pantsir S2 can acquire 4 targets simultaneously.
Yeah, Roger. This is still S1.
Yes, these are the 2 targets, like the Tor M1.
Yep. Oh yeah, they've got it sewn up. Look at the time. Look at the reload, not the reload, but you know what I mean. The rethinking time they've got. They could sit here all day and do this.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, done. Nice. Next, viewers, Pantsir S2.
So now we have even longer range. I think it's 40 kilometers search radar and 60 nautical miles. These are the upgraded missiles.
Things are going to happen, viewers, if they haven't happened already. Out they go. Woo! Woo! Pew! 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 Right, here we go. Oh.
Okay.
Not that a miss.
Interesting.
Oh God.
Okay.
Press the button. Good. Push the button. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you were actually pushing a lot of buttons
They've
there.
got too close. Look, they're under so much. No, brought it back. They've brought it back.
Yeah. As you mentioned, they have so much more time with this modern system. They can actually repair a mistake.
Yeah, and like you said, they can track 4 instead of 2 each.
Yeah.
So everything here is being tracked all the time, pretty much, viewers. And they've made an absolute... They've smashed it, viewers. 6 down with S2. Real nice. Obviously, they're going to take SDB down, but because we're doing science, we should go and quickly try it.
Yeah, so the Pantsir S1 was right at the edge. It almost could do it, but you needed the added edge of the 4 channels and the longer range to be sure. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to go relatively quickly here because we all know what's going to happen unless there's a real upset.
Yeah.
I doubt there will be. Again, so much planning time here, viewers, for the systems. Very unlucky if anything got through and destroyed.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy. That is one more unit, which is Pantsir SM, which is not the most modern, but the second most modern. Have I got that right, CH?
Yeah, that's correct.
What do we know about Pantsir SM CH? I'm going to do SDB first this time because it's easier to target.
I think if I remember correctly, the radar range for this one should be around 75 kilometers instead of 40. So it's almost double range. Let's see, we will see that on the map. Yeah, right? It's almost the same as we had on the Pantsir S2 then, but it's a longer radar range, so they have more time.
It's a different truck. Do you want to go over the truck quickly before the missile gets in?
Yeah, it's a Tornado. It's an armored truck, so it can actually withstand much more shrapnel and these kind of hits.
That's important. Yeah, so a small little drone or something with a small munition would be able to take it out. Yeah, gotcha. There it is. Oh, woo! Oh, look at them. Look at that. God, they really have fired, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'll try and look at the missile. Oh, the missiles basically, it looks very similar to the CH missiles. They're interesting that they're firing in a different regime there. Bearing in mind they are a linked unit, so they've got deconfliction properties, but they're whatever. Their ethos of firing is very different. Pretty much to fire everything.
Yeah.
But there is no way any glide bombs are getting through that.
No.
Look at that. Oh.
They spent a lot of missiles.
They did.
Just to be sure. Yeah.
Right, viewers, there's one more test to do, which if I turn this guy off and turn this guy back on, can they stop the GMLRS? Let's go and give that a go. Oh, they've already... Wow, they're firing at... What have they fired at? What have they fired at? It's the biggest shot so far. Yep, 13 nautical miles they fired at.
Yeah.
All right. I see you. Boom. Smash.
A lot of missiles.
There's a lot of missiles.
Coming
Look
out.
at the difference of it. Ooh, that's very interesting, viewers. That means it could be drained a lot easier as well. So there is a negative side of that. And then there's a cost. But on the plus side, CH, it's doing its job. Nothing is getting through. Right, viewers, science done. Stand by for summary. So, Shilka from the 1960s couldn't fire anything, and no one expected it to. The technology isn't there, and Russia would never even attempt, even if they still use these things, they would never attempt to shoot anything down with it, a missile. SA-OSA, we're pretty sure it doesn't have the technology to shoot missiles down, and no way Russia would use them anyway. Tunguska are still being used, maybe modernized versions, but they are still being used. We showed that at least for the size of missile and speed of missile of HIMARS, SCP, and GMLRS, it just couldn't shoot them. The Tor M1 could shoot, oh my god, my little brain, 5 of 6?
Almost everyone, 5 or 6,
5 of 6, and for the glide bomb, 5 of 6. So if you fired 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, they would be intercepted by a platoon of these. But if you fired 6 or more, you would start to get leakage and something would get through. I'm ever so slightly worried now that we're giving a bit too much information away. Never mind, let's carry on. Then we've got Pantsir S1, only managed 5 out of 6. I remember for the GMLRS, there was some leakage. It did exploit some inefficiency. Why? It can only track 2 at one time, and its detection range is still relatively small. So it just didn't have quite enough time. It did shoot down all of these slow bombs, though. Pantsir S2 from the mid-2010s, I think it cleared everything up. Do you agree with that? Cleared everything up. So we're at that point now where nothing can get through viewers. You've got enough looking time, even with fast Mark II plus missiles, you've got enough time to look and plan into the future and track, and you can track enough units. It's not invulnerable, but it's invulnerable to this yield of fire and this type of weapon. And then SM, which is just the S2 on speed, basically. And then the SM1, which is just going to be friggin' ridiculous. I figured that was a brilliant set of data. I love it when we do like this, and it has exactly what we would expect the real ones to do. The only slight surprise was Tunguska wasn't shooting the SDB, but it's probably just because it's a little bit too small for it to track. Not enough radiation and reflection coming off it. I hope you're happy with that, the viewer who asked for this. And like I said, there's a lot of real world connotations here. Anything from you, CH?
No, I'm happy.
We'll see you later.